Hi everybody, welcome to Lastics Chat. I'll be talking just by myself today for once, and today I'm going to be talking about how this year stretched my mind. What a crazy year, right? So I'm going to give you some times to come in, guys. Hi, welcome. Hey. Oh, it's nice to see you guys. Okay, let's start. So how this year stretched my mind? Oh my god. Wait, where do I begin? um, First, I'm gonna be talking about three major things that were crazy for me this year. The first year is before being in the apartment I'm in. Last year I was like in a really tiny apartment with no living room, like 2 bedrooms and everything. And we were four in that apartment, and of course quarantine happened, right? So what happened is that we needed to make sure everybody could teach, learn, and do their own things at the same time without bothering each other. So that was a fun thing. We got to be really creative on how to handle things. So that was one thing. Seeing like a major crisis, like a quarantine for in like a tiny apartment, and not a problem, right? No problem. We did it. We found ways to like be in our own space, try not to kill anybody. So yeah, that was the first thing. Always being creative, trying to like make the best out of a weird situation. That's one of the big things. The second thing is, for most of you maybe, you know I'm French. For the one who doesn't know that, here it is. I'm French. And so one thing that was really weird for me was the fact that I lived 2 COVID-19 adventure in one. Because what happened was so I was living here in the United States, and my whole family is back in France. And in a way it was nice because I got to reconnect with a lot of people, my friends, my family, which is not easy when you live abroad to keep, contact with everybody. So that was a nice thing. On the other end, there is a rule apparently saying that when you live for 5 years or more in another country, you start not really understanding your own country and your own culture. And I think that's what happened for me. What happened is that I watched France deal with what happened with COVID-19. And I was in a country where they deal with things totally differently. Here we were like locked down and everything. In France, it took time, then they reopened, then they closed again. I'm not gonna deal with that. I'm not gonna judge anybody, but it was really hard for me to get in between of those two things, because I realized that being away from my country for so long, there was something I couldn't understand. Like, why did they do that? How here in the United States we were dealing with things one way, and on another country a totally other way. And they did what they thought were good for them and for France, but being outside of it, having like an outside eye on what they were doing, I had to like really breathe and remind myself that I'm not living in that country anymore, and that 2 countries that are pretty much good, are dealing with things totally differently. And that was hard for me at sometimes. I was like really frustrating, not really understanding how things were not going the same way. That was hard. So that's another thing. I lived like 2 COVID-19 at the same time. dealt really differently. So that's my third big thing. And my third thing, actually, I just thought about it while I started the live. And I think it's the most challenging for me. And I think I'm going to take a little more time about that. I hate talking about myself by myself in front of a screen without people talking with me. And just talking about what I'm living, who I am, and everything is really challenging for me. And unfortunately or fortunately, with the COVID, we needed to do everything online. And we had to start these chat with you guys to keep contact with you and meet you and, keep contact. And I found that so challenging. I really need to work on myself on that. Especially for the after, because we discovered that it is a new way now to live with social medias and all that. And it is really hard. It is, because I'm here talking to you guys. I know some of you. I don't know some of you. And I need to talk about myself. And in my mind, it's like, why do you care about my life, And I'm like, it's hard. So that was one of, I think, the biggest challenge for me, is doing that every other Thursday. Or it is hard. That's why if you look at the chat I did, I always had someone with me, because I needed to talk to someone. And I always try to ask people questions and not talk about what I do, what I'm feeling and everything. It's really challenging. It's a lot of work for me. It's totally out of my comfort zone. And I think if I need to sum up that past year, is it really took us out of our comfort zone. And that part of social media, talking about me, trying to get people, trying to talk with people, and trying to get people to know me, was the hardest part. Because I'm here by myself talking to a screen about me and how all that challenged me. And I'm so stressed out, guys. It's crazy. So yeah, I just realized that starting that live, I was like, oh my God, I'm so stressed because I'm by myself and I need to talk to you. And I think that's the thing that stretched my mind the most, is we need to keep going. People need to learn about us and know us, and we need to keep the contact with people. And so yeah, it is challenging, but we're gonna do it together, because I'm sure I'm not the only one. But yeah, that was my big challenge. So yeah, that's all I wanted to tell you guys. Share a little bit of my experience with that past year. Remember, if you have any question, we are always happy to answer through Instagram, Facebook, emails. If you want to take classes, go on lastics.com. We have all the classes. We have classes every day. And we have an exciting class starting next week, a strength class. It's all new. We worked on it for the past 3 months or something. We're really happy about it, really excited. So if you want to check that out, it's every Tuesdays at 7. So go check it out. The wonderful Emma is teaching it. So yeah, I hope to see you soon, guys. Online, of course. Soon in the studios. Let's keep positive thought. Soon in the studios or around. Don't hesitate to email us, tag us, or anything if you have any questions, comments. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye, guys. Bye.